John, second game of the season tomorrow on the road for the first time of the new campaign against Cove Rangers, newly relegated, so obviously going to be a challenge. But going into it, taking confidence from a win on the opening weekend.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, winning the first game is very, very important. Get 3 points on the board. As you said a week ago, the first time there was only one previous, first day games where the Falkirk had won in the last 13 years, so we managed to make that too, thankfully. And it gets 3 points on the board. Yeah, and we have a difficult away game to, as you say, team just coming out of the championship. They've made a number of changes. I think we're counting 19 changes they've made. A lot of changes there. Paul did mention after the last game of the season that they were going to change things, bring some young legs in, fresh legs in, a new way. So he's certainly done that. I'm hoping that we can catch them before they actually all gel together, which is important. We brought 7 in, but I think we've had them right for day one, and you can see that everyone's working hard together. We've got the team all gelling very well, and so hopefully we can go up there, put in a good performance. It would be great to have 6 points after 2 games. It would make a massive difference compared to after 2 games last year we only had 1 point. So that would be certainly our desire and our ambition, everything to go there tomorrow and come back with the 3 points. We know it won't be easy, it never will be. Paul's team, they're always up for it, they're always hard to play against. We understand that, so we don't expect anything to come easily, but we do believe that we're playing well enough to go there and come back with the points if we can play to the standard that we've been playing at, if we continue to defend as well. And 7 goals in 2 games, our last 2 games 7 goals, only 1 against. So confidence within the players, scoring goals getting spread around about, goals coming from all different departments. So we're looking forward to the game. We have confidence in our ability, but we realise that it'll take more than ability. We've got to be resilient. We'll have to. We've actually managed to play quite a number of away games in pre-season. Which is standing us in good stead, I hope, for going away in the league. We've done well in the pre-season games that we had away from home when the pitch was getting done and we had to play away from home. So that was a good, sort of rehearsal for us for going away to, places like Cove, and we did well away from home. So we're hoping to continue that.
You said that they made a lot of changes, but they've managed to kind of retain that kind of core spine of their team. Some really experienced players like Fraser Fivey, like Mitch Megginson, who can really cause a problem and who have experience of getting promotion from League One. These players kind of ones you've highlighted as ones to kind of look out for.
Yeah, well, these guys have not really been involved in games recently. None of these guys you mentioned there have been in the 2 games against Hamilton recently. I think they're both out injured. So there's only really been the lad Scully from last season's team who's been playing. They have a few of them, as you mentioned there, Fifey, Megginson, Reynolds is on the bench, Vigers is still there. They've still got a few, but there's been an awful lot of change. And I believe that we should try and take advantage of that so early in the season when they may quite not all have gelled yet. But they've went to Hamilton and they've given Hamilton 2 good games. They managed to beat them on penalties in the League Cup. And even last week, a 1-0 narrow defeat when actually we've looked at it and Cove scored a perfectly good goal that they didn't get. The lad was not offside, he was onside. And so, we expect Hamilton Cove to be right up there. And Cove have competed in the last couple of weeks with Hamilton in games. And nothing in it really. So we anticipate a difficult game. But one that we're certainly looking forward to, and we go there in a good place.
You spoke of their team gelling. In terms of our team, how satisfied are you with how much your squad's gelled in kind of short period of time? I know pre-season and the Via Play group stage games are all about the new signings getting the goals and making an impact. First game of the season against Annan, you had some players from last season coming back and getting on the score sheet as well. Callum Morrison, Aidan Nesbitt. Safe to say that the team's kind of got to that point now where you're gelled for the upcoming season.
Yeah, well, so far so good. You know, we've have more tests and more challenges to come along the road. But from the guys coming in, we've got two exceptionally good goalkeepers. Both of them are exceptional goalkeepers. Really delighted with Sam and Nicky. Nicky's been a little bit unlucky. Sam had a little injury at the start of the pre-season games, and Nicky was in. And the idea was to give them all, you know, enough game time to challenge it to be the number one. But it just so happened that they both got injured. Sam first, and then Nicky, and of course that's allowed Sam to get in and get the gloves, and he's been doing great. So clean sheet last week, the first one we've ever had this season. So good to get that. So I'm delighted with the two goalkeepers, and that's as much about how they train and the distribution's key for us. The distribution side of it is really, really important for us. Yes, they've got to make saves, of course they do, but I'm saying, you know, we see them every day, making saves, distribution great from both of them, and I'm very, very happy there. Bringing in Brad and Tom was delighted to get them, absolutely delighted to get them, coming from Wraith Rovers and coming from the Championship to come into Falkirk, coming into League One. What a difference they've made, you know, and I knew the transition for these two guys would be fairly straightforward because they know how Marcel and Smudger works. And they were very much looking forward to coming here and played a big part. After that, Alfie, Ross and Calvin Miller, you know, so these guys in their own right. Alfie, we've obviously spotted him playing for Kelty. We liked what we've seen. We thought he could do a right good job for us, and again, so far so good. He's got power, he's got strength, he's got pace, and he's got an eye for goal. He's a good, you know, he's a good team player because he works his socks off, and he can run all day and he can run fast all day, which is an absolute bonus. So Big Ross is scoring goals. You know, what more can you ask for? You want a striker who's going to score goals, but his link-up play is very good. He's good in the air, and again, a really, really good type around the dressing room. Calvin, at the time, didn't think we would get someone like Calvin. Didn't think we could get someone. But the situation arose and we managed to get it done because we wanted that left-sided, left-footed player to get the balance so he can play in the wide areas, he can play through the middle as a 10. He himself has played deeper. He was always, when he was really young, he was always an attacking player. He found himself going back to left back at Celtic in a similar way that Kieran Tierney happened for Kieran Tierney as well. However, you know, Calvin's not gone on to, you know, not yet anyway, onto the way that Kieran Tierney's gone on and developed. However, you know, Calvin's now back playing in a higher position, and he comes on in the game and scores a goal against Peterhead and does very well, gets himself, you know, chosen for the Annan game. And you're right, so we've got like Aidan Nesbitt coming back into the team, coming on for Calvin and getting a goal. So great. Callum Morrison scores a great goal, which we've all seen. You know, certainly we got a great insight as to the type of goals that Callum Morrison scored last season. The goals are phenomenal. Some real individual brilliant goals. So yeah, we're very happy with, you know, the squad gelling. I didn't think there would be any issues. But we'll still have challenges, you know, and the next one is this one, you know, going away to Cove, a team, as you've said, rightly said, you know, they've been playing in the Championship, they've come down, and they'll be looking to bounce right back, and we obviously want to go out of this league, so it's two teams going to be going for it, and, you know, hopefully we can come out on top.
And I know obviously you mentioned before to the press and things like that this season the squad is a bit tighter, a bit smaller, so does it give you a little bit of comfort then that you've got those goals coming off the bench when you need them?
Goals are always important, no matter whatever your situation is. Yeah. Nah, we're a very attacking-minded club. You know, the way we play is a very attacking. You know, we push so many bodies forward. You know, that's why we end up losing one or two goals because we're so committed to attacking. So. Yeah, getting goals is great. It's good entertainment when everything's going to plan. You know, 7 goals I said the last 2 weeks. That's okay. That's good. Happy with that. So yeah, delighted that the squad we've got. Yeah, I mean at 19 it's a little bit tight, but if we keep that 19 fit, which we've not done yet, and we can't do for the next 6 weeks or so until we get Sean Mackey back, and hopefully don't pick up any more. But you know, I'm very, very happy with what we've got. Yeah, it would have been nice to have got one more in. Unfortunately, the money didn't go that far. So that's how it is. We go on with what we've got. We're delighted with what we've got, and we're creating a good spirit here. The guys are in a good place, and that can count for any amount of players. Too many players can be an issue. Too many players can be an issue. You get guys a little bit unsettled, not getting game time, and that can become a problem. So what we've got is quite a nice number. Again, if we can keep them fit, so we don't have everyone fit tomorrow, and we obviously have Jordan Allen back from suspension, so that's good to get Jordan Allen back. That's great, So hopefully now he's over his suspensions and is available. Hopefully now for the rest of the season, and doesn't get any more suspensions, and can put his foot to the floor and banging in the goals for us as well.
And speaking of keeping players fit, you mentioned obviously there was a few omissions from the squad on Saturday. One of them, I think you gave us an update on Gary Oliver and Stephen McGlynn as well. Obviously maybe a bit of a miss having the captain and missing his presence on the park. How soon is he to making a return?
Well, it is a miss. It is a miss to not have your captain, but Cole stepped in, as he's done whenever Stevens went off in games. And it's good for Cole to be the captain and win a game, We have to have, a squad. The squad is big enough to deal with one or two or three. We don't want any more than that in an ideal world. But they won't be ready for tomorrow. None of the two that you mentioned there will be ready for tomorrow. We just have to wait and see. Obviously, we don't play Stirling Albion next Saturday, and that's going to give us a little bit more time. And hopefully they can be back for then, but it's, don't exactly know.
Okay. John, thank you for the update, and best of luck for tomorrow.
Cheers, thank you.